When you do custom homes, a lot of times you get tasked with custom work. Did I make this? No. The contractor gave this to me, said they want to light up the back of it. It's going to be shown like this on a wall outside of their home. And our job is to put lights on this so that you get a nice ambiance. And I feel like it is our job as a skilled trade professional to not tell them no. So here's how it's done. So I bought some of this LED tape light that is waterproof until I cut it. I just picked some of this up on Amazon. It is 24 volt. I made sure to get the better stuff. Like I said, I did have to cut it. And then what I ended up doing, and what I'll have to do on each of these numbers, is I had to open this up right where the cut mark was. I had to open this up and solder a small piece of wire onto there. I will end up closing this up, putting silicone around all of that, and getting it so it's watertight and ready to install in the field. I did some research on epoxy glue, basically sticking plastic to metal. This seemed like the best stuff out there. Got these little clips, and what these do is they actually just clip right onto here and hold that in place. In the field, I will see, hi kitty. In the field, I will see if this works holding those in place. If it doesn't, I'll just stick some silicone in there, get that held tight in place. We want to be able to replace this over time. It's not going to last forever. Obviously, this one is one of the shorter ones, so I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to use this one for the one. And that's another thing that I have to keep in mind when I'm doing this is where these cut marks are. There are little marks. As you can see, there's little black marks every about 3 inches. That's where I can cut this. So I'm just gonna lay this out. And then I'm gonna cut that right there. And that's trash. So now I have it cut to length. But this stuff's kind of cool. It comes with a little built-in mixing tray. So that's what I'll use for that. It says it sets up in 5 minutes. It's got some smell to it. So I'll just mix this. Now what I plan to do is I'll just dip these in here. I was gonna apply them somehow, but I'll just dip it. We'll see if that holds. I think it will. It looks kind of thick there, but I think that'll hold. So this is another number for one of these. So I don't have to do this one because I can just cut this off, use this end, and this one's good to go. Obviously, probably gonna be a 2. I'm gonna make these a little longer because I've got a lot to work with on these. Don't wanna end up short. So I'm just cutting down this. I will seal this up with silicone. Cutting down that. That should open me up to where I can get to this. So that then I can have a good little solder joint here. I am an electrician, but you'll never hear me claim to be a soldering professional. So keep that in mind here. There is a positive and negative. It does matter how you orientate these. You can see a plus and a minus. So I'm gonna put the red wire on the plus and the black wire on the negative. That way it's easy for our field techs to identify. I've just got some regular, this is actually 16.4. It's quad, I don't know exactly what it is, but it's solid wire. I would prefer stranded here. Obviously soldering salt stranded is a little bit better in my opinion to work with, especially in an application like this, only because I'm a little worried about the wire breaking or the solid wire breaking the connection. Cut it off about that length. And again, I'm gonna silicone all of this so that it is all unseen. So positive is on the camera facing side. What I like to do here is I'm just gonna drop a little dab of solder on this, and then I'll heat it back up and finish it out that way. I just put a little dab of solder on each one. Just making sure there's no solder in between those. So I've got that one done. Only have one left. That one works. No issues. As you can see, it just lights up. So it's gonna go right in those clips. Those clips are gonna sit on that number. This is just gonna clip right in there, and it'll give a nice even illumination. Don't have to have a lot of light. It's just backlight. It's not trying to light up the world. All right, so I have each one of these good to go. I have soldered my joints onto there. I've tested them all. So now it's time to put them onto the numbers. I'll lay those numbers out, and then should be good to go. That epoxy says it's 5 minute. I epoxied these little plastic clips onto these numbers. It says it's 5 minute. I feel like I could pick these up by this. Yeah. So that's, woof. That's only held on there by that epoxy. Pretty impressive. So now I'm just going to clip this on here. That's it. Like I said, one additional thing I'm going to do is I am going to silicone the crap out of these ends to get those waterproof. And then I'll also silicone all of this wire up. Probably get some heat shrink put on there and heat shrink that as well. So this one's done. We are trained professionals, and as trained professionals, we should be able to do something like this. We should be able to tell that customer yes, because all they are wanting is something that they thought of or a designer thought of, and it's our job to bring it to life. I really enjoy doing these custom things that are kind of out of the norm, and you really have to think about it. So follow along.